Hello, gentle viewer. Namons here, and I don't know if you know, but we have some news about a class action lawsuit that's been filed against EA in Canada. Now, I happen to be from Canada, so this kind of got my attention really quickly once it started circulating. As you can see, it's been discussed since the night. It came out on the 19th via the Patch Notes, which is a game and esports law blog. And they do go down and sort of break down what's been happening with the class action lawsuit, what's been filed, what's going on. So let's just go over it real quick. So it looks like Electronic Arts just had a class action lawsuit filed against them in Canada over the use of loot boxes. Well, the lawsuit was filed on September 30th, 2020. As far as I can tell, there's been no media coverage whatsoever about it, which seems a little bit crazy to me. Now it has. It now has. I kind of feel like I broke a news story. Exciting times. Yeah, so like I said, he broke this on the 19th. He posted this 19th. No one's talked about it till yesterday. Yeah, Young Yeah talking about it for sure. Plus a few others. Eurogamer did do a post, but it was on the. I don't know if it was originally posted on. It doesn't say when it was originally posted. Just it was updated on the 22nd. And here's the maple syrup. This is a Canadian website that deals with tech. Mostly it deals with cell phone companies, mobile and things like that. So yeah, this is like the 23rd. Anyways, so coming late to the game, but yeah, let's go over the original. Let's keep going with the original article since he broke it. Marius here. Okay. I only learned about it because a colleague of mine found it in Business in Vancouver's Who's Getting Sued feature, which basically looks like a court registry for a list of filings. In any event, I had a look at the notice of civil claim, essentially the document that starts the lawsuit. So I thought I'd put this short little summary of what's going on for anyone who's interested. Okay, what's this all about? Sparing you the legalese, the TL, that should be a semicolon, DR, summary of the plaintiff's case is this. Loot boxes constitute gambling and are prohibited by the gaming division provisions of the Criminal Code and various other statutes. By offering loot boxes through its games, the plaintiffs are essentially claiming that EA is operating an unlicensed gambling business in breach of the aforementioned Criminal Code and other statutes. They are also claiming EA is liable to them at common law, including an unjust enrichment. The plaintiffs are also alleging the way in which EA has implemented loot boxes, including not publishing odds of winning prizes and making use of using them semi-necessary for progression, breach of various consumer protection statutes, including the BC Consumer Protection Act. This is a class action, so that means there are plaintiffs who are two individuals, one based in BC, the other in Ontario, who are suing not only on their own behalf, but on behalf of everyone else in Canada who bought any loot boxes in any games published by EA since 2018. Here we go. What games are covered by the lawsuit? Pretty much every game EA has published that involves loot boxes since 2018, including Madden, FIFA, NHL, NBA Live, RIP, Mass Effect, Need for Speed, Plants vs. Zombies, and Battlefield series, as well as Apex Legends. So if you bought a boot lock in any of these games since 2018, you are possibly covered by the suit. Oddly, while the notice of civil claim lists around 60 titles, including multiple other Star Wars games, Star Wars Battlefront, the game that started the whole mess and the reason we're all here, isn't explicitly listed. Not sure if that's just an oversight. Yeah, I mean, only thing that Star Wars Battlefront really did was kind of brought it to the forefront, like made it very clear how aggressive it was being, to the point that the excuses they tried to make about it got downvoted into heaven, into hell by by the Reddit mob over on Reddit. So it's a very infamous tweet, the most downvoted post of all time apparently, stuff like that. So just because it's not listed doesn't mean it's not covered, essentially, but also just means that while he says it started the whole mess, it's not really that way, but it's just something that brought it the most attention. And here's the next question that he poses to himself. He's interviewing himself, so he can tell you about what's going on with this. Anyways, is this lawsuit legit or just something put together by some crank? It's legit. The plaintiffs are represented by a well-respected firm in BC, as well as one of BC's most prominent class action solo practitioners, who he actually went to high school with. Hi, Matt. This is not a self-represented litigant filing a nuisance lawsuit, but a well-pled claim brought by an experienced legal team who specializes in going after large corporations for stuff like this. Is EA facing criminal liability? No, this is purely a civil suit between private parties. Only the government can bring charges over breaches of the criminal code and it hasn't done that. The worst EA can expect directly out of this suit is having to pay a lot of money in damages. However, where are we? Even though this is a civil suit, the issue of whether loot boxes breach the game provisions of the criminal code will be relevant in the proceeding. If the court makes findings against EA in that regard, that may increase pressure on the government to respond, either by regulating loot boxes or by taking some other action against EA and the rest of the industry. That was interesting. I heard something there. How much could EA have to pay for damages? That's the whole other blog post in itself, but the short version is a lot. In their unjust enrichment claim, the plaintiffs are seeking essentially everything EA made through selling loot boxes since 2008. Similarly, the claims under consumer protection legislation allow plaintiffs to potentially undo all loot box contracts at issue and get back everything they paid. If all the claims succeed as pled, then in theory EA could be forced to pay back everything it's made off loot boxes since 2018. That's a pretty gigantic if, of course, so please take us with a grain of salt. Yeah, there is some issues with this. So, and he does go into it down here at the bottom. Anyways, a notice of civil claim was filed on September 30th, 2020. Under the rules of court, EA has 3 weeks from then to file its response from when it was served. That should come out later this week, and I will post it on here when it does. After that, nothing more will likely be filed or come out of publicly for at least a few months. One big step in class action is that these is the class action hearing, in which the court determines whether a case can proceed as a class action or not. That likely won't be many months down the line, assuming the case doesn't settle before then. But it will be a public hearing, so may see some media coverage. Realistically, though, as with all legal cases, this could drag on for years and years before a trial occurs, and most likely will settle before then. Then he's like, oh, what does this mean if I bought loot boxes from EA? Nothing for now. If the case settles with some kind of payment going to all the class members a long time from now, you'll likely get some kind of notice through your contract info associated with the EA account you used to buy loot boxes at issue, letting you know about your options. There may also be an opt-out into the class and notices surrounding that. For now, however, there's not much to do but wait. Who's going to win? I have no idea, of course. Yes. One potential stumbling block I see for the plaintiffs, though, is that many of the formulations of the legal test for whether something constitutes unlawful gambling require that the prize can be won has to have some monetary value. Here, EA can argue that in-game benefits obtained through loot boxes have no real cash value. Therefore, loot boxes don't constitute gambling. How that will play out remains to be seen. And yeah, this is what it's going to be like. This is basically a mirror of what happened in the UK last year. You guys remember Surprise Mechanics, don't you? That's what this is, and that's what they're chasing down. And EA is probably going to take the same tact, and basically they'll probably put a sacrificial lamb out to be humiliated by the hearing, just to say, yeah, there's no monetary value to these prizes. It's surprise mechanics. It makes it fun for the player. Meanwhile, they present it and show it off, literally as gambling. I mean, you've seen, I'm sure, the NBA 2K20 adverts where they basically had a guy like using a plinko board to gain points, and had another guy basically literally pulling the arm on a slot machine to try and win something, and of course showing him win and being all yay. It's like no. You gotta, but EA isn't gonna stop. Just like with the unskippable ads in some of their other games, they're going to keep pushing, and until they get told or legislated into doing something different, they will keep bringing it up. Oh, we're sorry, we didn't mean to do that. We'll take it out, guys. And then next year, oh, sorry, guys, we totally didn't mean to do that. We'll take it out, guys. And it's going to keep going until enough people don't complain that it just kind of becomes the norm. Just like how microtransactions the constant hammering at it since 2008 by EA and other companies has made it normal, has normalized that behavior within full price $60/$70 games. They're 80 here in Canada, and they're gonna go up when that change happens with the new generation for sure. I don't see them sticking at $80 here in Canada. But that's just they'll blame the exchange rate and everything else while they go ahead and continue to take advantage of people that are basically, it's a whole thing where people that have the inability to restrain themselves when it comes to gambling, and even if there's no monetary value, if they feel there's value within the sphere of what they're trying to do, they will go ahead and do it, and they will run themselves into the ground financially, and EA and other companies know this. That's why they put them in the games, because they have these whales. And this all comes from mobile games, of course. Mobile games have been doing this forever, and this is just basically them trying to bring mobile behavior into the full price mainstream AAA sphere. So, anyways, how do you feel about this whole idea of a class action lawsuit up in Canada? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's going to set a precedent for other countries now that we've fallen up after what the UK did? Let me know in the comments down below. But all that said, if you did enjoy the video today, please give it a like. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. Share it out with all your friends. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.